Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. First of all, I would like to thank for all of you who have seen my previous videos. Yeah, you watched them, liked them, shared them. I'm truly grateful for all of those. And I'm glad that you are here again. And if you're new to my channel, I am very glad you found me. And I hope that this reading is going to be helpful for all of you. So for today's pick a card reading, I brought you something new, something I've never done. Since I've been kind of seeing through the readings that a lot of you are struggling to make some kind of a decision, making a choice between two things, I kind of thought that I would bring a spread that would potentially help you to make the decision or maybe shed some lights into the various outcomes. Again, the decision is yours, so make sure that you choose whatever you're comfortable with. But I hope that this reading is gonna be help you on your path to make the right decision. So the way the reading is gonna go, if you've seen some of my readings, we have two piles, the green card and the blue card. I have already shuffled the cards and laid them out. Again, they have various meanings. So first of all, you need to think about the decision that you're trying to make, whatever is kind of keeping you up all night. Once you kind of have that in your mind, you need to pick a pile. Is it the blue pile or is it the green pile that is talking to you? And once you kind of made that, in the description, you're going to be able to fast forward to the pile that is talking to you the most. So if you need a couple more minutes, just pause the video and you're going to be able to continue whenever you're ready. So let's get started first with the green pile. So green pile, welcome to this reading. First, we're going to take a look at what is your current situation. So your current situation is described by the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a person who is really focused on the truth. She is able to cut through all sorts of BS. She sees things clearly. And, she's kind of one of those people that went through a lot in her life, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of disappointment, but all of those made her very strong. She was able to learn from everything, all of that. She is somebody who is focusing on saying whatever she wants to say. But she's straight to the point. She doesn't like to sugarcoat. She is somebody that can come across a little bit rough, a little bit harsh. She's she has good intentions, but she can be a little bit rough around the edges, so-called. But I think she is a badass who you don't want to necessarily play with. So this might describe you. This might be somebody that you're dealing with. But this is kind of like more like your current situation. I think you've been through a lot. You've been wounded. You definitely speak your mind, and you're able to see through everything, whatever kind of comes to you. And I think you might be a little bit, rough around the edges, so-called. So the outcome that you're kind of seeking is actually a Queen of Cups, which is very interesting. It's so interesting to see that they are very different, like they are on the other end of the scale. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is thinking, feeling a lot, right? When you look at the Queen of Swords, she's all about her thoughts. Like, she is making a decision with logic and facts. And then you do have the Queen of Cups. She is all about her feelings, all about her senses, and she is leading by heart. Her emotions are very important. She likes to take care of people, and her feelings are very important. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. She want to make sure that everybody is well taken care of. She's the typical empath who leads by heart. So what we have here is like, you know, two opposites, and you're kind of seeing it that they are even turning their backs to each other. They're just the very opposite personality. I think you are somebody who is making decisions based on facts. You are making decisions based on logic, and meanwhile the Queen of Cups is somebody who is driven by her heart. So I think what you're trying to do is a little bit shift from the very rough around the edges type of Queen of Swords energy more towards being more intuitive, more leading by heart. I'm not saying that you definitely want to change to that, but fully. But I think you kind of want to have a little bit shift into your direction. Again, I don't think that the Queen of Cups is the perfect one, but I think definitely it's never good when you are on two very end of a scale. Now let's take a look at what does your intuition tell you. Right, your intuition is telling you, is represented by the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is leaving things in the past and moving into a new direction, you know, sometimes starting fresh. So whenever it kind of comes up, you definitely went through some rough times, some hard times, and you know, that's what the Queen of Swords energy is, and moving towards the more trusting, the more emotionally fulfilling type of energy, which is the Queen of Cups. I think your intuition tell you that you need to move on. You need to leave things in the past and be trusting to others. Now, the next we have here is how you're handling this, whatever your intuition is telling you. That's represented by the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about recovery and healing from past experiences. I think you've been through a lot of challenges, a lot of disappointments, and I think you're kind of healing from it. And I think sometimes I can feel you're kind of letting this happen, because that's what the Four of Swords is, that you're kind of meditating, you are thinking about it. There's definitely a thinking, meditation, praying for this change to kind of go to this calmer, more emotionally stable situation. Now let's see, in terms of your decisions, what is your number one alternative of approaching things. You do have here the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a couple of things. First of all, it can be the card of lying, cheating, stealing, but it is also the card of strategizing and approaching things from a different perspective. So some of you might be kind of thinking, you know what, I've been effed around a lot, so I'm just gonna be a badass, and I'm gonna be cunning, I'm gonna be cheating, lying, and be dishonest. Some of you, what's kind of going through is that, you know what, I should kind of strategize more, I should be smarter in terms of the way I'm approaching things. Now we're gonna take a look at that. Where is this really leading you, if that's the path you're choosing? You have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups it's kind of interesting here, because the Six of Cups has this nostalgic feel, where you're kind of a very loving, very caring feel to it. So I think you're gonna be kind of very nostalgic, but this is kind of like the card where the past is waving back. And what I'm kind of getting here, that you're gonna be back to where you were, right? Like if you kind of go down the more players playing around or being very strategic, I don't think you're gonna get to that emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. I think you're gonna go back to the past. You're gonna kind of go into a loophole. That's kind of what I'm getting here with this combination. Now let's see what is your alternative number 2. Alternative number 2 is the Lovers. Right, the Lovers is all about love, attraction, balance, and true soulmate connection. For some reason, this reading is more of a love type of energy that I'm getting here. So if you kind of go in with the Lovers, you're kind of following your true connection, your true attraction, whatever you kind of feel. And this is also kind of making some kind of a decision and commitment as well. So this is kind of being open to commitment and committing somebody. Like some of them, like the option 1 can be cheating, stealing people, like, you know, when you don't commit to something, versus the Lovers is all about commitment. So I think your option 1 is not committing and option 2 is committing to something. And if you commit, you're not gonna get to the King of Pentacles energy. So what do we need to know about the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is somebody who is very loyal, somebody who's very stable, somebody who's very abundant, luxurious, and he achieved a lot through his hard work. Whenever it comes out in a reading related to love, because this feels more of a love reading to me, it is an indication that he's very faithful, he's very committed to his partner. It's definitely a long-term stable relationship. So what I'm kind of getting at, if you're able to commit, you're going to be able to get to a long-term stable relationship. If you're going to keep cheating, you're just going to keep going back to the past. Now, this is kind of like a summary card. In the summary card, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is the card of change. It is karma as well, where you're kind of, you're going in circles and going through various experiences. But this kind of, and it's also the card of divine timing. So when the universe is kind of working with you. So I think at the end, you're still gonna get to the same point. If you go to the first route, I can kind of see that you're gonna kind of go in circles until you're gonna learn your lesson, and through the Wheel of Fortune, I think sooner or later you're gonna be able to discover that that's not necessarily the path you wanna go through, because you wanna be more trusting, you wanna be able to commit to something, and you wanna leave things in the past. So what this reading is really telling me, that you should leave your baggages in the past and just commit to something or somebody, whoever is in your life. I think sooner or later you will get to that. If you choose number 1, I think you're gonna go through a couple of loopholes, but you're still gonna end up in number 2, because you're gonna be able to discover that that's for you the way to go. So dear green pile, that's all I have for you. I hope that this reading helped you, and you're gonna be able to kind of see your path a little bit better. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because that's an indication that the reading helped you. Now we're gonna be switching to pile number 2. So pile number 2, blue pile, welcome to this reading. So we're gonna take a look at first, what is your current situation? Your current situation is described by the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is all about planning and making some kind of a decision. Well, that's why you're here, to make a decision. When you look at him, he is standing in the middle of on top of his castle, and he achieved a lot. He was able to get all this big castle and all this wealth, but he kind of looks out to the world and sees that there's more for me to reach. And he is kind of torn between staying in the castle or going out and discover more. So I think that's kind of your current situation. You're kind of wondering that, yeah, I achieved a lot, I've done a lot, but there's a way for me to discover. Now, what is the outcome? What is your outlook here? Your outlook is described by the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is generally indicating some kind of a new opportunity that you should grab with both hands because it has long-term potential. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who's very good at creating opportunities. He's very good at learning. He's the perfect student. So some of you might be learning something new on this way. That's going to be the outcome. But I think it's more alongside that having some kind of a new opportunity coming into your life that's going to give you a lot of money, a lot of wealth, or more money than whatever you have here. So let's see, what does your intuition tell you? Your intuition is represented by the Three of Pentacles, right? Like there's lots of pentacle and which is all about teamwork, working with people together, building a foundation of something new that's gonna be amazing, right? So you're kind of starting something new. If you look at it, they're building a cathedral, working together. So this is kind of what your intuition is telling you to go ahead and build the foundation of this new project, new company, new position, whatever this new opportunity is that's different from wherever you are, and work with people, have bring people together, and build a team that's going to be able to build something great. Now, how are you handling this? That's actually described by the Ace of Cups, which is a card of joy, happiness, being excited emotionally. So I think you're actually very, very excited about it. It makes you happy, this thought to create this something new. Now let's see, what is your number one alternative? Your number one alternative is represented by the Justice card. So the Justice is all about balance, equal give and take, a decision as well, and this is the card of lawfulness and ethics as well. So I think your option number one is to follow everything by the law. So make sure that you don't try to go behind the law, and I think that's what I kind of see here as one option, where you're kind of making sure that everything is lawful and ethical. Now let's see what's going to be the outcome of this option. The outcome of this option is the Queen of Wands. So what we need to know is you're going to become the leader you want to be, because she's somebody who's an amazing leader. She attracts, she gets whatever she wants. She doesn't care what everybody else is thinking, because she just listens to her own leadership. She is somebody who is a true born leader and very entrepreneurial, somebody who knows how to make good decisions, and she's able to attract everything she wants. So I think if you're gonna go down the lawful path where you're following everything, you're gonna be able to become the leader you want to be. Now let's see what is option number two. Number two is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about secret, being secretive, not telling people her plans, and being very mysterious. And it is also about following your intuition, following your senses. Again, she has unlimited potential. What I'm kind of getting here is be very secretive, or be open and honest about whatever you're doing. Those are kind of the options that you have. But let's see what's going to be the outcome of this one. The outcome of this one is represented by the Fool. Right? The Fool is actually somebody who is going on an adventure, somebody who is at the very beginning of their path. Again, there's lots of new things, there's lots of dangers as well on the way, things that the Fool doesn't know yet, and it's kind of like a very unstable kind of route. It doesn't mean that the Fool doesn't achieve whatever he wants, but again, this is kind of like a more of a risky way to do it than going the proper way. I kind of get I never get this, but I kind of say that you're gonna be a fool if you go down the secretive way. So you have really two choices here. You follow the law and you're gonna be the leader that you always wanted to be, somebody who's very attractive, or be secretive and you're gonna be a fool. So like that's what really comes to me whenever I kind of see these options. And the summarizing card is the Lovers, which is the card of law of attraction, when harmony and balance, when you're attracting alike is attracting alike. So I think this is kind of just tells me that whatever you choose, you're gonna attract something similar. If you're gonna be open, honest, and do everything by the book, you're gonna be something great. If you're gonna be secretive, if you're gonna be hiding something, I think you're pretty much gonna keep going back to the zero ground and starting things all over. You're gonna be the fool. That's really the message that I'm getting. So I hope that this reading helped you. If it did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's definitely an indication that it helped you, and I hope that I'll be able to welcome you again.